Chapter 10, 45. Fortuitous Encounter or Trouble. Translator. Atlas Studios. Editor. Atlas Studios. Normally speaking, it was difficult for desolate beasts of the 5 regions to pass the regional walls and move to another region. These desolate beasts, ancient desolate beasts and immemorial desolate beasts, could match the respective levels of Gu immortals. They involved the essence of their regions, and, as such, it was very difficult for them to leave the domain of the region they had been raised and grown in. To them, the regional walls were like shackles. Comparatively, ordinary wild beasts, beast kings, or mutated beasts were much more free and could move through regional walls. This group of ancient cloud beasts that were chasing Fang Yuan, however, were not raised by Southern Border, but originated from White Heaven of the immemorial 9 heavens. The regional walls of the 5 regions had no relationship with them and did not restrict or reject them. Perhaps it was because no matter which layer of the immemorial 9 heavens it was, they all covered the whole 5 regions. This characteristic was already widely known. Previously, when spectral soul demon Venerable went against Heaven's will to refine Gu, Heavenly Court's Gu immortals were able to reach Southern Border so quickly because they had used Heaven Overseeing Tower to travel through White Heaven. Also, Fang Yuan's Stargate Gu could attract the starlight of Black Heaven to travel over the 5 regions. Both, in essence, were similar to this group of ancient cloud beasts. They all use this special characteristic of the immemorial 9 heavens. Fang Yuan was rapidly moving through the regional wall. The group of ancient cloud beasts were chasing closely behind him. Fang Yuan could do nothing but let them follow. These cloud beasts were stubbornly fixed upon Fang Yuan, not willing to rest until they reached their goal. At this time, Fang Yuan couldn't help but fondly recall the benefits of fixed immortal travel. If he had fixed immortal travel, he could simply get away from these problems. Even if Fang Yuan was injured, there was a limit to the range the ancient cloud beast could chase him. He could use fixed immortal travel to go beyond this limit. However, Fang Yuan only had Sword Escape Immortal Gu as his movement Immortal Gu. If he recklessly used Sword Escape Immortal Gu, it could increase the distance between them, but he would have to pay a huge price. Most importantly, Fang Yuan was not fully aware of the range in which the ancient cloud beast would continue to chase him. If this range was extremely great, even if Fang Yuan spent all his assets, it might not be enough for the expenditure of activating Sword Escape Immortal Gu. Langya Land's spirit may be simple and unable to lie, but he has all along been planning against me. Previously, he schemed against me when I was dealing with Chizai as well. I had to pay a considerable amount to borrow Dark Limit Immortal Gu. If I impatiently try to get rid of these ancient cloud beasts, he might extort me again. After all, Luopo Valley, Danghun Mountain, and Wisdom Gu are truly tempting. The regional wall in front of him suddenly turned into a deep blue color. Fang Yuan had already passed Southern Border's Miasma Regional Wall and had now entered Eastern Sea's Blue Water Regional Wall. There was nothing to say. Fang Yuan concentrated on flying. The journey was unimpeded. The regional wall did not have creatures or any other obstructions. Because the regional walls of the 5 regions in themselves were the greatest obstruction. After flying for a while longer, Fang Yuan looked behind him. Those ancient cloud beasts were still chasing him. Cloud beasts did not have any fixed shape and continued to chase like rolling clouds, white and graceful as snow. But to Fang Yuan, they looked truly troublesome. By now, Fang Yuan had already used all his contribution points from Langya sect and was starting to owe Langya Land Spirit Immortal Essence of Stones. If not for these ancient cloud beasts, how could I go this far? What's going on? On the way, Fang Yuan's expression suddenly changed, his gaze enlarging in wonder. He surprisingly discovered that in this blue water regional wall, his aura was having a mysterious change. His Southern Border. Gu Immortal aura was continuously growing fainter, while the aura of an Eastern Sea Gu Immortal was strengthening constantly. If Fang Yuan had activated Familiar Face, he would not have been so amazed. The key point was that he had not activated this killer move. Could it be that this new body can not only pass the regional walls of the 5 regions, but can also change my aura into the aura of that region? Fang Yuan speculated inwardly. The moment he flew out of Blue Water Regional Wall, his southern border Gu Immortal aura had completely dissipated and had truly turned into one of an Eastern Sea Gu Immortal. Fang Yuan naturally was surprised and happy. This sovereign immortal fetus Gu is truly mysterious. I am not even using familiar face, and my body can actually perfectly adapt to the new region, which means I won't be pushed aside by the region's Gu Immortals. But right now, it is still better for me to use familiar face. Fang Yuan gazed at the group of ancient cloud beasts following right behind him and sighed as he activated familiar face, turning into a different appearance. He had originally wanted to quietly move through Eastern Sea and return to Northern Plains. But now, with a group of ancient cloud beasts right behind him, he had naturally dispelled this idea. Such a commotion was not what Fang Yuan wanted, but he could do nothing about it. But this place is not far away from the turbulent flow sea area. Maybe I can detour around and move towards the turbulent flow sea area and use its environment to break away from these ancient cloud beasts. Fang Yuan suddenly had an idea. His 500 years of life experience as a wanderer had given him an understanding of the various environments of the 5 regions. After pondering for a while, Fang Yuan chose to be cautious, giving up this idea. The turbulent flow sea area was like a maze. If he was careless in entering it, he might lose his freedom and be trapped himself. According to rumors, the turbulent flow sea area was a battlefield formed after a life-and-death battle between powerful Gu Immortal experts. It was a bloody battlefield where many Gu Immortal experts had fallen, leaving behind many inheritances. Many Eastern Sea Gu Immortals, as well as Gu Immortals of Central Continent, Northern Plains, and Southern Border, would come to the turbulent flow sea area to search for fortuitous encounters. Unfortunately, in his previous 500 years of life, Fang Yuan had never heard of anyone obtaining any huge fortuitous encounter. On the contrary, he often heard of certain Gu Immortals going missing in the turbulent flow sea area, or that certain Gu Immortals would go missing for several months or several years before they were able to free themselves and appear again in the world. The turbulent flow sea area was not dangerous, but its special environment often caused Gu Immortals to be trapped and not be able to free themselves. Fang Yuan moved like an arrow, forming a straight line in the air. He did not choose the direction of the turbulent flow sea area. Instead, he flew straight towards Northern Plains Regional Wall. Sword Escape Immortal Gu was activated, gradually getting distance from the ancient cloud beasts. He had already inquired Lang Ya Land Spirit for information about ancient cloud beasts, but Lang Ya Land Spirit did not know much. Fang Yuan then sent out dozens of wills in Treasure Yellow Heaven to search for information on the limits of the tracking range of ancient cloud beasts, but he did not get any useful news. With no other choice, Fang Yuan could only choose to try to see if he could break free of the pursuit of these ancient cloud beasts. Making up his mind, Fang Yuan activated Sword Escape Immortal Gu unceasingly. Finally, he was able to throw off the ancient cloud beast beyond his vision. Fang Yuan stopped Sword Escape Immortal Gu and used Mortal Killer moves to continue to fly. His speed naturally slowed. I have paid such a price. It would be good if I have freed myself of them. Fang Yuan was inwardly worried. Not seeing the ancient cloud beasts did not mean he had already gotten away from them. Existences that were comparable to rank 7. Gu Immortals usually did not track using just sight. It depended on what the limit of their tracking range was. Right as Fang Yuan was worriedly gazing back, a blood-red ray of light suddenly flew over from the southeast direction. The blood-red light was soaring through the horizon, and when it sensed Fang Yuan's presence, it immediately lowered its speed before rapidly approaching Fang Yuan. A rank 6 Blood Path Gu Immortal, and it looks like they went through a fierce battle. Fang Yuan frowned when he sensed the approaching aura. No matter what intention the other party had, Fang Yuan did not want to provoke any more trouble. He already had enough trouble on his hands. He still did not know if he had thrown off that group of ancient cloud beasts behind him, and there was also the earthly calamity which was going to approach in 2 months. Therefore, he immediately changed his direction and flew away from the approaching blood-red light. The Gu Immortal, in the blood-red light, sensed Fang Yuan's intent, quickly shouting, "Wait, I have found a peerless, fortuitous encounter in the turbulent Flosi area. As long as you can help me resolve this crisis, I am willing to use Blood Oath Immortal Goo to form a pact and share this peerless, fortuitous encounter with you. Turbulent Flosi area? Peerless, fortuitous encounter? There really are people who have obtained benefits? Fang Yuan was truly surprised. Right at this time, several Gu immortals appeared in the horizon, chasing after the blood-red light with surging momentum and emitting powerful auras. They seemed to have heard what the Blood Path Gu immortal had shouted to Fang Yuan. Oh, curses after curses began to rain down. A blood path demon causing harm to the world. Everyone must execute them. Anyone who associates with the demon shall be killed without mercy. Block this demon and my Tang clan will definitely reward you. No need. I, Liu Qingyu, have struck this demon with my immortal killer move. He definitely won't be able to escape. You there ahead, if you know what's good for you, get lost. In an instant, Fang Yan was subjected to the persuasion, warnings, and even curses of these Eastern Sea Gu immortals. Fang Yuan snorted. He was not someone afraid of getting into trouble, but right now what he had to do was hurry to Langya blessed land and deal with his immortal aperture's earthly calamity. He changed his direction, moving away directly from the blood path, Gu Immortal. The blood path Gu Immortal felt very anxious. He had already reached his own limits. Fang Yuan was his only hope to survive. When Fang Yuan retreated, he also changed his direction, flying rapidly towards Fang Yuan. If you can help me, I am willing to hand this fortuitous encounter to you completely, he cried out. Fang Yuan sneered, retreating without hesitation. Seeing this, one of the Eastern Sea Gu immortals laughed loudly. That's right, smart guy. You know how to judge the situation. Get lost quickly. Someone else also called out. We might as well help one another. Lend a hand, and we will definitely reward you after this. Fang Yuan's brows slowly started to furrow. He only wanted to quietly return to Langya blessed land. Why were there troublesome matters occurring one after the other? He himself did not want to engage in these troublesome matters, but they instead were taking the initiative to follow him. This is the crucial information regarding the inheritance. If you obtain it, your cultivation will definitely advance rapidly, and you'd become a superior existence among immortals. The Blood Path Gu Immortal threw an Information Path Gu Worm towards Fang Yuan, attempting to lure him. Fang Yuan screamed, "Screw off!" With a wave of his hand, a powerful burst of wind destroyed the Gu Worm. At the same time, he rapidly charged towards the sky. The Blood Path Demonic Cultivator was not able to plot against Fang Yuan, and seeing this hopeless situation, he suddenly shot a streak of strange light towards Fang Yuan. I have already handed the crucial part of the inheritance to this person. If you guys want to get the fortuitous encounter, killing me will be of no use. The Blood Path Demonic Cultivator yelled loudly before flying away in the opposite direction. The streak of strange light was extremely fast and soon neared Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan snorted. He very much was unwilling to provoke trouble. He shouted in a stern voice, "I have important matters to deal with. Do not provoke me." Saying this, he simultaneously activated Sword Escape and Flying Sword. These two rank 7 Immortal Gumbermer. Sword Escape increased his speed while Flying Sword. Immortal Goo shattered the strange light. Ah, 2 rank 7 Immortal Goo. Who is this person? Fang Yuan's power had suddenly erupted. The group of immortals were astonished. Their expressions changed in an instant.